Yeah, actually, these are. Yeah, these are the silk cocoons. Okay, these are the silk cocoons, and inside the silk cocoons there are silkworms.
Yes.
Even now, there are silkworms in there.
Yes.
Why is it doing that, the silkworm? Because it's genetically programmed to produce the silk from two of the pores, and it's like the spiders. They have special organs to produce the silk. Think about a cylindrical form like a Cuban cigar.
Okay.
This is the size. We're talking about 4 inches tall, about ½ an inch wide. That's about the size of the caterpillar. By the end of the 3 months of eating all those mulberry leaves, it will start to be ready to produce the silk from two of the pores on his forehead. When he moves his body, this what they call peristaltic movement. You know what it is, like our intestines. This movement is actually having him to push his organs on the back, and they're ending right here. The silk skirts, and it comes down to its mouth, and it starts to wind itself in a cocoon like this. This is a cocoon, and roughly from one cocoon about this size, ladies and gentlemen, I take roughly 1.6 kilometers of silk. That's very close to a mile.
That's in the tree.
That's actually, you can do this on the tree, but you don't want to do this on the tree. You want to do this in an indoor space.
Oh, okay.
Like chicken and the egg story, you know, incubating the thing.
Yes.
But look, when I try to pull this off, you can see that it's sort of like, can you see how fine those filaments are? I can't, you can see it's one of them. You can barely see it. It's so fine. And the length that is winded here by the animal is roughly, like I say, 1.6 kilometers. I'm giving you a rough estimate. Could be 1.4 depending on the size of the cocoon. But at that stage, animal is ready to go to the other phase. The other phase is being a pupa. The moth. Chrysalis. No, actually, inside here, if you like, you can pick some and then shake it. Shake some of them, and then you can hear it. There is somebody inside there.
Whoops.
That's okay. I'll give you more.
That's the dry one.
I'll give you more. Can you hear it? There is someone inside there.
Is the worm dead in there?
Are you there or what? Hello?
The thing I hear is the dead worm.
It's a dead worm. It's actually, you can hear that he's actually moving. It's a dried carcass.
Yes, it is.
It's a dried worm out there. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
And try to pull a little bit of silk from it.
They all have it.
Can you see how fine those filaments are?
Yeah.
Okay, this is so fine like this. You're seeing a miracle out there because, like I said, it's a long, one long single and a silk that's actually winded right here. My job to unwind this, you have to put it into the water. Hot water is a solution. It dissolves it, making it looser, making it softer, and you can start to take the silk from it. Like, how do you do that? We touch them with a brush like this. Let me just take this one out. These are all dead now, okay? Like, I'm just going to touch this with a brush like that. When I touch them with a brush like this, I actually start to take the tips of those cocoons, which they all have silk on them. Look at this. This is how I take it. Can you see how fine those filaments are?
Yeah.
There you go. And every one of them will give you, like I say, roughly 1.6 kilometers. And then what I got to do is I need to bring these guys together, just like this. Look what I'm doing. So this much. That's very understandable, right?
Yeah.
This much, about 35 of them will go into a single strand to make one line out of this. You can feel it. You want to feel it? This is how silk is. This is a regular commercial, not commercial, anything. If it's silk, it's got to be this. If it's nylon, that's a different story. In America, not only in Turkey, in America, not only in the Asia, you've used this one to make a lot of parachutes from this. Very famous during the war, 1946, 47, 48. A lot of people, they used parachutes to make this one parachutes with. And the guys, they did jump on the silk parachutes. There is the operation called Market Garden. You know this? Like they jump into France, and they used a lot of silk parachutes, and they actually start sending these parachutes back to their country so they will become the gowns for their wives. Yeah, they used them like that because there was no silk. Everything was gone into the parachutes.
Right.
No silk stockings, nothing. At that time, the ladies were drawing lines on the back of their leg to say, I got that silk stockings. And then DuPont came onto the scene, it killed everything, no more silk. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, when you start unwinding this, these are like the bobbins, and the bobbins, they got thinner because the silk is coming off of them. Before I go into this, I want to show you one more thing, but let me just take this one here. See the silk is simply going to be coming off. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Eventually, when you open this up like this slowly, and you will see the animal inside here. There is a silkworm. You don't want silkworms to open up a hole and come out of there and become a moth at that stage.
Destroy it.
Because it destroys it. Because all that silk will be gone for nothing. It's gonna
Short bits.
yeah. You're just gonna have little small pieces, and you can't use it anymore. That's why I actually have to steam them before I put them into the
Hot water?
the water in here. Can you just pass me that scissor, please? Thank you. I want to show you this.
So you have to kill the pupa?
Yeah, before you put it in here, you have to kill them. Steam it.
Yeah.
It's like the egg. When you steam them, you're not going to have chicken out of there, okay?
Right.
See, I'm just going to cut it at that stage so you can see what's inside here. There you go. Take a look. Take a look in here. See? So this, let's just put it in the sun a little bit. You can, see that guy here? I'm going to take him out.
It's big.
Yeah, see?
Oh, it's big.
See the guy here? It's big.
Yeah.
And if you look a little carefully, you can see the fold marks on it.
Yeah.
Fold marks because it was this big.
Oh.
So it actually produces silk. It's got smaller, and it's like an accordion. Shrunk into the form of this. Within 3-4 days, about a week, legs were gonna form, wings were gonna form. It was just gonna pump blood to its wings and then melt its way out. It was gonna become a moth, a silk moth. Do you understand the issue? It's like metamorph. Like I say, I don't want them to become moths. At least not all of them.
We have to have some to produce.
So absolutely, for the next year's production.
Right.
So you leave some of those guys free, so they become the moths for the next year, so you can get the eggs from them, and you can do the next year's production.
And you have them eating your mulberry trees?
Well, you can't let them do this on the tree, but you don't want to do this because all the birds, they peck them.
Oh, so where are the ones who are eating the mulberry leaves?
Walk about 10 minutes from here, on the way to the entrance of Ephesus. It's also mine on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
I have a barn,
Yeah.
like my grandfather used to say, strategically placed in the middle of the orchard, okay, of the mulberry trees, so you don't have to walk that long. So you can pick up the leaves and feed the animals in the barn.
Oh, so
it's only for 3 months, though.
Okay.
By the end of the 3rd month, you got those guys on, and then you can start steaming them, so you can have the next year's production right here.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
are you a closed system? Do you produce the silk that you use for your rugs?
Yeah. You don't want to
use all that you produce?
Absolutely. You don't want to buy this from somebody else because they really can hands up. You don't want to buy it from somebody else. Depending on them. And so this is like, you can see how thick this shell is. See? The thickness you see is all silk. Okay, this is all that silk, and then touch that silk that is already collected right there. Feel that is that. Go a little stronger on there. Yeah. No. Right there. See on the skein? Right there?
Yeah.
It is so strong. So feel this.
Yes.
It's so strong. Ladies and gentlemen, see, if you can make it like this, bring it up to this level here. And in the older days, they used to twist it like the hairband, like braiding the hair. Am I boring you? No. You tell me. While they're doing this, they were adding sand in it. Sand, broken pieces of glass, and actually brass needles, and they were sealing it with oil, petrol, like a heavy, big, thick cable, and then hold it from 2 sides, push and pull, to cut the marble blocks with.
That's how they do it.
Not the marble, not the marble.